Sony ZV-E1, their new vlog camera. Is this camera the perfect camera for you? Let's go check it out here in Iceland. Now let's talk about the basics in the beginning. This has the same sensor as the FX3 and the Sony A7S III, so you're getting the same image with this one and the other cameras. This one can film in 4K 60 but no 120p as the other cameras, but that's supposed to come as an upgrade later on. I don't know how I really feel about that. If I'm gonna have to pay more to get an upgrade to make my camera better, I don't know if I would like it or not. But maybe it's good, and if it's free then it's okay, but if it's not free, that kinda sucks. Now this little guy is a video camera, it's not a photo camera. It does take photos, but it does not have like a viewfinder, just like the FX3 and FX30. It's only 12 megapixels, stuff like that, so it's not meant to take photos, but it can take photos. The dual ISO on this one is 640 and 12,800, so the low light capability of this camera is fantastic, and that's what I really love. You can import your own LUTs on this one, which I think is really cool. I always shoot in S-Log3 and preview my LUTs, so having that capability on this camera is quite nice. Talking about the screen, it has a flip-out screen, which is fantastic. Of course it has a flip-out screen, it's a vlog camera, but still, I haven't owned a video camera from Sony that has a flip-out screen, so being able to see my face right over there is just awesome. I can actually click right here and just on the screen itself and change the white balance, for example. So now I'm changing it to something that's really ugly, and I can just change it back to daily or auto white balance or daylight or whatever. Let's just put it on auto. I trust this camera to figure out what's good. Now let's talk about the mic on the camera. The mic on the camera is right here, and it basically comes with a dead cat as well. So you basically plug that in the hot shoe mount like this, and you basically have a dead cat on the mic. I don't know how clearly you can hear me, but I'm standing pretty close to the camera. I'm talking to this camera in some wind at least and some other noise, and which I think is really cool. If it knows that I'm talking in front of the camera. So right now, if I change it to behind of the camera, you will hear how it changed the direction. So right now, I can just tell you about my car. It went through inspection, which is great. I'm going to be hitting the road on the Icelandic Highlands on this bad boy this summer, actually making a bet that's going to be over here. So right now it should change back to the mic that is in front of the camera, so that's pretty neat, I think. Now let's talk about why this camera is so special. And it's mostly because of the AI capabilities that this camera can do. So you probably all heard of clear image zoom. If you're not, it's basically a feature from Sony that makes you zoom in a little bit more without losing detail, which is really nice. It makes your lens go from 70 to 200 to 70 to 300. So the lens that I'm using right now is 17 to 28. Basically means that this lens becomes 17 to 42. I get like additional 12 millimeters of zoom on this camera. So right now I'm zoomed in all the way on the image clear zoom and the lens. If I take it back to the original look, like this was the zoom range that I could do in the beginning, not the other one that I had. And this basically means that my daily driver, the 28 to 75, all of a sudden becomes 28 to 112 with autofocus, with audio, with steady shot, with everything, which I think it's just mind-blowing. And because of the clear image zoom is so nice on this camera, it basically packs other features that uses this zoom to do something crazy cool like auto framing and stuff like that. I will cover that part a little bit later in the video. Now for quite some time, Sony cameras have come with image stabilization, most of them at least. Right now they changed the game for the image stabilization, at least for Sony cameras. They always had just static shot active, which was quite nice, but right now they have something that's called dynamic active or dynamic image stabilization or something like that. It basically uses the clear image zoom that I just showed you to crop in even further to make it more stable. And you can see these clips right here, just how smooth it goes. It's just as I'm on a gimbal or something like that, and it's just handheld, and I'm not trying to be really smooth. I'm just walking, just normal walking, and yeah, I think that's pretty cool. But the most cool thing about this camera is the cinematic feature. Check that one out. how cinematic is this right now? It's quite nice though. It's not. There's something inside me that just hates this feature. Burning in these black bars. I can't shoot log in it, it's just as Cinetone. Maybe I will use this if I'm doing something with quick turnaround. Like I'm doing a vlog and I'm just on the highlands and just need something that's cinematic. I'm going to use it. I can't say it. I'm not going to use it. I'm never going to use it. Another AI feature about this camera is the ability to stop down the aperture stop when someone else enters the frame, to make them in focus as well. But when I move back to just one person in the frame, it will automatically go back to like 2.8 or 1.4, something like that. It basically just changes the ISO. So if it stops down, it will raise the ISO. I think that's really, really cool, but it's only available in Intelligent Auto. It's basically a mode that is making the camera do all these things. But I can't shoot in log, I can't shoot in picture profile 1 or 2 or something like that in Intelligent Auto. So if I was going to use these things, I would just have to use the normal Sony colors. I could not film in S-Log3, for example. So I think that's the biggest downgrade of using this Intelligent Auto feature on the camera. Now when I walk into the frame, it crops on me. Why? It's a feature that's in this camera that's just basically takes the image and just crops it in. It tracks me. I can move back and it will keep me here. I can move left. I don't know if you can hear me. I can move right. It just tracks me automatically. This one is on the largest crop. I can also make it a tinier crop. Right, this one is a much smaller crop, as you can see. It's not as big as the other one. Other one was just on here. Now you can actually see me, the whole me. I don't know, maybe this is cool in the future. I'm just walking in the nature and can just make it look like I'm having someone on the camera that's following me around, but it's just actually the camera. I don't know, I'm gonna see how it turns out in post. I'm not really sold on this feature. Now, who is this camera for? If you need a camera that's packed with great autofocus, great image stabilization, great quality, 4K 60p, 4K 120p in the future, 10-bit, all these things, and this is a camera for you. If you're looking for a photo camera, it's definitely not the camera for you. This is not a photo camera, as I explained earlier. And also, if you need a camera that will not overheat, if you're filming long interviews or just long sequences of stuff, this one can overheat, and it will overheat. It has like 30 minutes of active recording that it can record. I read online, maybe it's more, maybe it's less, but yes, this camera will overheat, which kind of sucks, but you just have to live with it, because this is made for content creation. You're just on the go, recording like a little bit of clip of there and a little clip of there. Now, this is $2,200. It's like $1,300 less than the A7S and $1,700 less than the FX3. So if you're looking for a big cam, for example, like I have the FX6 that I'm recording on right now, but I want like a smaller camera that like it fits in my pocket. Honestly, I just need to put a lens on it. It will not fit. But if I just wanted a small camera to record these YouTube videos, record some content creation, going on some events, putting it on a gimbal, stuff like that, then it's a great B camera. So yeah, I'm probably gonna pick it up myself. What do you think? Now that's it for today's video. Thank you Origo and Sony for letting me use this camera for a while and check it out. I'm not getting any money from it, so yeah, just keep that in mind. Yeah, thank you so much and peace.